So today, I was sitting down and watching some old videos of me before I moved to Gainesville. I started transitioning. So there were pre-transition videos of me with my friends performing live on stage. I'm a musician and I used to sing for a band, and it was such an amazing and fun thing for me. A really simple part of my life that I just can't seem to let go of. Like the last year, right before I moved, I was getting comfortable with myself, I felt like. But there was always that underlying thing about me that I knew I needed to change, and that was to transition. I knew that I couldn't ultimately be happy without truly being myself. And so I made the big decision to move. And I was fucking scared. And I didn't know how to tell people that I cared about, that I wanted to change, that I wanted to be happy without completely cutting off most of my relationships. And so that's what I did. I kind of decided that I was going to move last minute. I gave myself like 4 or 5 months to plan, and I just fucking did it. I just left. And in retrospect, you can reflect, you can think, you can regret about all these things that you can change in your life. But obviously, the dwelling doesn't make things better. It only makes things worse. And I find myself dwelling so much to the point where it's gone to this part of my life where it's like, was everything that I've done worth it? And the thing that bugs me the most is the relationships that I used to have, and the fact that when I did make this big leap, when I did make this big decision to transition, to move, did I have to leave all my friends behind? Did I have to leave all my family behind? Did I have to shut off everyone to be me? And there's certain situations that you don't know if you could have changed. You don't know if you did one thing or did another, if it would have made a difference. But I know for me, I didn't want to let anyone in my life. I didn't want anyone's input on my transition. I didn't want anyone telling me that what I was doing was wrong. So I did the one thing that I thought would be the best for me, and I just stopped talking to everyone. And when things get hard, I didn't know I could shut out so easily. I didn't know I could ghost just so easily. But that's what I did. I made these decisions and I made these big plans without support from anyone. And being me, being trans, my identity, I believe is so beautiful. I've come so far, and I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of my transition, and I'm so proud of me transitioning still and feeling beautiful in my own skin and the journey of self-love. But there's always going to be that part of me inside that I feel like I just missed out on so much. And because, I was a part of music was a big part of my life, and I was doing a bunch of different things with different friends, and I really wanted to make that my center of my life growing up. I completely ignored school. I was so stressed out that no college would accept me that I just tanked all my grades. I just stopped caring. I ended up graduating with the 4.11 GPA, but at the end of the day, I was just so insecure because everyone around me felt smarter and I never felt good enough. So I found myself stuck in this position of, if I don't leave right at this moment, if I don't leave and transition, my girlfriend was living in Gainesville, so it kind of gave me a reason to leave, to move out, and to have a crutch if I needed one. So I did that, and I left, and because it felt like my only opportunity to kind of leave a place that has kept me hidden for so long. But just the whole process of getting rid of everyone that I know, the whole process of just ignoring everyone, not being open and honest, not communicating with anyone, it fucking hurt. And it still fucking hurts. And I don't know why it's this open wound that I still just dig deeper and deeper every time that I look into my past and I tell myself, do I really want to be transitioning? Is this what my life is? Like, is this lonely feeling gonna just haunt me the rest of my life, is this feeling that I was missing out. Is it just going to haunt me the rest of my life? And I really hope not. And I really hope that whatever relationship that I've ruined in the process of my transition, I can fix, I can heal. And it just is it's a horrible thing, because so much time has passed now, and it's been like almost, I think, 3 years since I've let go of so many people, since I've stopped responding to texts, since I really shut myself out. I remember in the middle of me transitioning, my phone broke, and I didn't fix it for 6 months because I didn't want it to have anything to do with anyone. My mom gave me such a hard time with my transitioning process that my thought process was, if I keep letting her bring me down, I can never be happy. So I just let go of her, and I let go of everyone else. I wanted no one's input in the person that I am today. And I don't know if that's helped me or hindered me, and it's still something that I still don't know. I have the worst issues with anxiety and getting out of the house and really trying to make friends because I'm so scared of losing them again. And I don't know if that's an irrational fear of like getting into a relationship and with a person and like just being so obsessed with when is this like friendship, when is this happiness gonna end, because I just am so horrible when it comes to keeping relationships and keeping them stable and just fucking texting back. And I did this throughout the middle of my transition over and over again, like talking to people, making friends, wanting to get out there, but then all of a sudden just stopping because I got so overwhelmed and I got so scared of losing people, and it just became this cycle of just me making myself become alone. And I don't really know what I'm trying to say in this video. I'm just kind of ranting about a lot of things that are on my mind. But the biggest thing that I keep going back to, the biggest thing that really fucks with me and makes me feel like I just want to go back in time, was just the simpleness with before transitioning, before finishing high school, where things seemed solid, nothing was crazy or ordinary. The most stressful thing was waking up at 5 a.m. to go to high school. And I just remember always having fun with my friends, having security with family, with financing. I had just a part-time job that was like 20 hours a week, but I was still able to have a social life, and I didn't have to worry about rent, and I had friends, and I had my music, and now I have nothing but my own thoughts and my own mess that I've made with past relationships that I completely destroyed. And it's not to say that I'm not happy. And it's not to say that I'm not 100% so grateful for my girlfriend who's been there for me throughout the entire thing, who gave me such a good shoulder to cry on, to hold me up when I really needed it. And I don't think I'd be here today without her, so I 100% respect her and love her, and just couldn't be here today without her. And I don't even know if I could give half of what she's given me, but I know every day that I try, and I love her, and I'm just so grateful for that. But it's just so fucking stressful that I felt like I had to choose like my happiness with my life, the one thing that I was feeling, with every other security that I had. And I feel like no kid deserves that. No trans kid deserves that. Deserves to have to think that they need to be alone in order to be themselves. Like, this isn't a thing that you can do alone. Like, you need support. But I didn't allow myself to have that support. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted to make this video to just say that I am sorry to anyone that I've lost connections with, anyone that I just didn't be open and honest with you, anyone that was really close to me at one point and I just shut them off, or I didn't communicate with them and I wasn't just being a good friend, a good cousin, a good daughter. I just wanted to just say sorry that I'm just the shittiest person and that I couldn't be stronger and just be honest and not afraid. But it's kind of like I was in a corner and I just had to do what felt right at the moment. And it's something that I still have to face every day and fight every day. It's just the feeling of like, you know, what would have happened to me? Who would have I had become? Would I have been happier if I stayed home? But if I stayed home, I wouldn't have become the person that I am today. And it's this on and off battle. It's like I'll keep watching these fucking videos of me before transitioning and thinking that it was a happier time. And I know no matter what part of my life I'm in, like 5 months ago is always going to be the happiest time of your life. It's always going to be easier. And so I'm just terrified of making any other rash decision that's going to destroy my life even more. And it's the human mindset that everything is going to get worse. And that every time before right now is so good. And life is fucking crazy. And it's just, it feels like the biggest fucking butterfly effect that any decision you make really can drastically change everything about you. And trans individuals deal with this every day. They have to make these decisions that are so hard that can really isolate them, and it isn't fair. And I know I shouldn't have been scared of what people thought about me. But it was just being raised and knowing that everyone around you was going to disapprove and treat you differently, and you couldn't be in a place any longer that wouldn't understand. And I did what I had to do, and I don't say that I regret it, but I do think about the simple times. But again, to anybody that I've missed a connection with or shut out of my life or, you know, didn't communicate well or just was a really, really shitty person throughout any point of our relationship, I'm sorry. And I vow to just try to build things back up, to be the person that you knew that I was, and stop dwelling on my fucking transition. It's hard, and I need you to know that it's just hard, and just get over it. My life isn't my transition. My life is beyond that. It's about being a good person. And I felt like I was, and then I feel like the more that I've grown, I've just become the person that I hate. And it's not because of my skin. It's not because of the changes in my body. It's just the mindset that I need no one, when in life you need people to keep you up, to build you up, to make you stronger, to be there when you need them. And I'm just kind of trying to build that again, to get friends, to just have a structured life, to not be afraid to leave the house, to be comfortable and happy with myself, to get back into music and my hobbies and my passions and do well in school and just live life the best that I can. I don't know if any of this made sense, and I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll change, and hopefully I can stop being afraid to move on. I'm sorry.